The content before the snapshot is, should the Seahawks extend the offseason for Wilson, Wagner and Metcalf? Happy Sunday. Enjoy yourself. Seahawks news. Seattle Seahawks 2022 offseason position preview. Running back. Sports Illustrated. Seattle Seahawks news. Analysis and more from Chris Carson's recovery to Rashad Penny's impending free agency. There are plenty of questions the Seahawks need to answer at the running back position this spring. Ty Dane Gonzalez breaks it all down and looks at what we know, what we don't know and what to expect. Heaps, why Seahawks should extend Wagner and Wilson this offseason. 710 ESPN SeattleJake Heaps thinks the Seahawks can accomplish a lot by extending the contracts of QB Russell Wilson and LB Bobby Wagner this offseason. Seahawks defense can be something special under new DC Clint Hurtt. ICYMI. Two pass rushers who played for Clint Hurtt weigh in on the Seahawks hiring him as their new defensive coordinator. Seahawks WR DK Metcalf maintains goal of qualifying for Olympics. For sure, it's gonna happen. Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf, who previously came up short of qualifying for the 2021 Summer Olympics, recently stated his intent to put in work during upcoming NFL offseasons to prepare for the 2024 Summer Olympics. In Paris, West News. Cardinals WR coach Shawn Jefferson speaks on son winning Super Bowl, becoming a grandfather. Sports Illustrated. Arizona Cardinals news. Analysis and more. Arizona Cardinals receivers coach Shawn Jefferson had a special Super Bowl Sunday. From watching son Van Jefferson win a championship to welcoming a new grandchild, contemplating Kyler. For takeaways from this week's news, revenge of the birds. ICYMI. The Cardinals. Their QB had a bad look from a pre-Super Bowl report from Chris Mortenson. What 3 takeaways are there? Gold Diggers podcast, a 49ers offseason plan. Niners NationNFL Network's Michelle Magdziuk outlines an offseason plan for the 49ers. 49ers to lose senior defensive assistant James Bettcher to the Bengals. Sports Illustrated. San Francisco 49ers news, analysis and more. Another coaching departure for the 49ers. This time it is James Bettcher to the Bengals. State of the 49ers offensive line, progress in pass protection, but more strides are needed. The Athletic. Can the 49ers' line make more progress in 2022? The answer lies in whether veterans Alex Mack and Laken Tomlinson are back. Los Angeles Rams cap space. Over the cap delivers ranking for Offseason Resources. Sports Illustrated. LA Rams news, analysis and more. The Los Angeles Rams will have to create cap room in order to run it back. Rams news, final thoughts on Super Bowl 56. Turf Show Times. How will the 2022 Super Bowl be remembered? Can the Rams run it back? Around the NFL. Steelers hire Brian Flores, former Dolphins coach, as senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach. The Athletic. Flores joins Pittsburgh after coaching the Miami Dolphins for 3 seasons. Protecting QB Trevor Lawrence is key to how Jacksonville Jaguars will handle #1 NFL draft pick. Jacksonville Jaguars. ESPNHow. The Jaguars handle free agent left tackle Cam Robinson will shed light on whom they will take with the top pick. How the Steelers got better by hiring Brian Flores, who will continue litigation against NFL. Pittsburgh Steelers. ESPN. Flores brings head coaching experience to the Steelers staff, and landing the job won't interfere with his race discrimination class action lawsuit. Bengals have the cap space, draft picks to make much-needed improvements to offensive line. Cincinnati Bengals blog. ESPN. Cincinnati has ample resources to upgrade one of the worst pass-blocking units in the NFL. How can the Ravens help Lamar Jackson build a wall in front of him? Baltimore Ravens. ESPN. In order for Jackson to regain the form he had during his MVP season in 2019, the Ravens will need the type of elite offensive line they had that year. Report. Bengals CB Vernon Hargreaves 3 fined for Super Bowl antics. National Football Post. Cincinnati Bengals cornerback Vernon Hargreaves 3 was fined $5,555 by the NFL for running onto the field in street clothes to celebrate during Super Bowl 56, NFL Network reported Saturday. Texans Lovie Smith wants to avoid mistakes with Bears. Buccaneers in third coaching stint. The Chicago Bears made one of the most surprising moves in their team history since 2000 when they fired Lovie Smith after 2012. Should the Texans re-sign DE Jacob Martin? The Houston Texans were a team comprised of players on expiring contracts and one-year deals in 2021, which leaves a bevy of decisions for general manager Nick Caserio and new coach Lovie Smith. to deal with as they form the 2022 incarnation. The Brian Flores lawsuit will continue. Surprisingly, Brian Flores has an NFL job. Even though isn't a head coach, he'll work with the Steelers in 2022, serving as a senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach. Doug Peterson to call offensive plays in Jacksonville, warns Jaguars are not an overnight fix. Doug Peterson, newly minted as the 7th head coach in Jaguars history, introduced his staff to the media Friday and further outlined his vision for the franchise. Bruce Arians responds to report of rift with Tom Brady. Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach Bruce Arians had a colorful response to a claim that he clashed with Tom Brady over offensive game plans.